flashed again, so we're probably going to have terrible audio issues. I'm so sorry. I don't know why YouTube has decided that they hate me, but they do. So, but we're going to do this is going to be a quick one. I was live earlier with my packing panic. My goal was to be done packing by 10. Obviously, I'm still here in the office. That did not happen, but we're almost done. I've got everything packed up. There's some stuff that's in the car that I need to pull out, and there's some stuff that I have at home that once I get home, we'll take care of all of that. But before we do that, I wanted to, I figured this could be like a little wig mini tutorial. I'm not an expert on wigs. I don't do most of my own wigs. I've done a couple of wigs, one of which, if you've seen my like marijuana dress photo shoot from Brooklyn Dirt Candy Productions, who I'm going to see coming up here this coming week. That green wig with the big butterfly in it, I did do that one. Now, this is one that I got from Acacia Forgot. I've talked about this a couple times, but here she is. And she is this beautiful like combo of yellow and peach. It's a lot of peach. The yellow is mostly on the little pigtails, but it was two pretty straight, flat little pigtails. And so I wanted to make sure that we could pick this out and we could have big, frizzy, fabulous 80s pigtails. So I put little scrunchies on there for her. Um, so here is the wig. Obviously, I haven't even cut the lace. We'll have to do that at the pool house. But what I've done is I've gone ahead and taken just like little sections. Hello, Janet. I've taken little sections from the pigtails, and I've just wrapped them up in curlers. And I haven't done them any. This is going to be a wild, crazy style. So this doesn't need to be super um like organized or anything. Now, if you were doing like a whole wig and you wanted the curls to like lay a certain way, you would want to be careful, like whether you're going under, like going up so that the curler is on top and it rolls underneath, or if you want to go over the top of the curler. So think about that in terms of all of this. Now, I followed, I think the channel name is Online Kyne, Kyne. And that's where I've gotten most of my wig tutorials that I've watched. So definitely, if you want to know more, you can definitely check those out as well to get a more in-depth tutorial. But this will be a good, simple way to like steam in some curls. So you can see we've got curlers on both sides. And again, this is a frizzy loose style, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So I don't care. The ends are a little, hanging out. We're going to run a pick through this once we get it done. But what we're going to do is I've got a little base that I've got here on my table. Now, my office is crazy busy. The other thing you're going to need, two other things. You're going to need some sort of like plasticky bag, and you're going to need a little steamer. This is a new steamer. I can't find my little steamer. I hope this one works. It's a little bit it's a little bit tame with the steam right away, but maybe it just needs to warm up under there. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take like any sort of grocery bag, any kind of, I've got too many wigs sitting around. Let me move. Here's a big old wig just staring at me. Let me move her out of the way so that she's not in the blast path of this steamer that I am working with. Oh, and then she fell on the ground. Okay, we'll pick her up in a minute. So I just have this Aldi bag. I didn't have any like grocery store bags. And so what I'm going to do, let me see if I can, so it's pointing at me. So let me see if I can get you. So there is the wig. I'm trying to adjust. This is clearly, I'm not good at this. So let's go ahead and put that right there. I've got a bunch of stuff stacked up here on my table. But what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and just put this grocery bag over top of the wig so that it covers her up. And then you're going to go in with your steamer and you're going to put that underneath. And what you want to do is you just want to steam these for a couple minutes. Make sure they get nice and soaked. They're going to be wet. They're going to get a little bit warm. But what this does is that the steam, so most wigs, there are some cosplay wigs now that you can use actual styling tools on a certain setting, like on low or whatever. Now, most wigs that have like a plastic, that are a plastic material, you can't use styling tools for most of them. So the steam is hot enough to like not melt the plastic, but get it kind of loosened up, get it a little bit flexible. And so if you have it in the curlers, then when you steam it, hello, Dion. Then when you steam it, it's going to take the shape of those curlers And after you've steamed this for a couple minutes, you're going to go ahead and leave the bag on it, usually for like 24 hours. I'm going to leave this on overnight, and then I will put this into a bag tomorrow. So if you leave it at least like overnight so that it gets a few hours to like cool down and take the shape of the curlers. Now, this is not super aggressive. This steamer, I can feel it because usually my hand, but you want to make sure you keep it down so you don't get a bunch of steam in your face like I just did. But you want to make sure that you try to hit all of those curls. And I may move the bag around, but so the bag just kind of keeps the heat and the steam in there so that it can reshape those curls. Hello, Samaya. Hello, how's it going? People saying hello. If I miss anybody, I'm clearly like juggling a lot of things and my two brain cells are fighting. So if I miss anybody, I am sorry. But we're just kind of steaming a wig. So I've got a wig underneath this little thing. I already showed it at the beginning. So if you didn't see the wig, you can always be replay crew, because I have to leave this on top because I need it to trap the steam in there to help reshape those curls. So I'm just kind of going around, and I might even, if I can get this wig, it's kind of stuck on the little base. And now my hand is starting to get warm, so I know that it's picking up in there pretty well. I've resigned myself to the fact that I'm going to eventually need to get a steamer to straighten the crepe wool hair. Yes, I love this little steamer that I bought today was $25. The one that I have somewhere in this office was only 20. So a little handheld steamer like this is not very expensive. And it is a really good investment. It's really good for wig stuff. It's really good if you're doing photos and you've got a photo backdrop that just needs a quick steam. This is a really good, so it is a really good investment. So I know that you've been buying a lot of stuff right now, Dion, and you're trying to like knock it off. But I do think that these little handheld steamers are a really good deal. So basically, you just kind of I'll kind of peek in here. Um, yes, there are definitely some inexpensive options with these little handheld steamers. So I'm just going to go, these little steamers, I think this one says it's got 15 minutes. So I'm probably just going to go until it runs out of water or close to. And then we'll just kind of, although my hand is getting warm under here, so I have to move down a little bit. But that's good. We want that to happen. We want this to be getting warm in here because, again, we want it to reshape those curls. So let me try to get behind the curls as well. So, yeah. So it's kind of tedious, but it is super easy to do. Yes, that hair dryer was. Thank you, Dion. I'm actually bringing that to the pool house to see if we need it, if there's anything we need to do with that dryer. Sometimes having a little dryer handy if you spill something, or we're going to be around a pool, and one of my outfits, I'm going to end up in the pool. And so if I happen to get something a little wet before I mean to, having a little hair dryer is going to be a great little option for while we're getting stuff ready. And so, yeah. Yeah, so you can get a pretty good little deal. And that was from Walmart. I bought this at Walmart and did pick up today. And I'm sure Amazon has little handheld steamers, but like I said, 20, 25 bucks, you should be able to get a decent one. This one is a Hamilton Beach, so a nice brand for 25 bucks. So it's not all just like the off-brand kind of things. You can get nice, reliable brand steamer. I'm just lurking in the corner. I'm just lurking in here. Hello. Hello. Can you see me? Hello, hello. So I'm super excited. I've got all of the outfits packed up. I've got pretty much all of the props packed up. I've got a couple more things I have to do here at the office before I'm ready to go. But I've got all the makeup. I did get some extra makeup into a separate bag. All this stuff that I was setting aside. Ouch! It's getting hot under there, people. So we've gone through about half of this. So I'm going to take my hand out for a second, and I'm going to let that It's feeling nice and hot in there. I don't think I have to steam this much longer, but I will probably do just a little bit more, especially on this side. I feel like I might have neglected this other side a little bit. But the nice thing about the bag is it keeps the steam up there. And so it should hit both parts of the curls. Even if I don't steam them evenly, I should still get a nice. And you will start to see some drips. So make sure you don't have anything under sitting under where this is going to drip onto because the the steam will condense and you'll start to get some drips, and especially as it sits overnight. But yeah, let me go back to the other side. I'm lurking, still lurking. Hello. Yeah, so we're just steaming. Now, the challenge is when I come in here tomorrow, I need to make sure that when I see this Aldi bag upside down on the edge of the table, that I remember, hey, bitch, that's a wig that you need in the car. And that I don't forget to put it in the car. I think I'm bringing 5 wigs, 5 or 6 wigs. I've got 3 looks. So I've got one look for the gold look. I've got to look for this is the one for the let's get physical, the blue and the neon pink. And then I've got 3 or 4 blonde wigs that I'm going to bring so that when Amy and Angie and I uh, pose together, if we all want to have blonde wigs on, we certainly can because Amy and Angie are both brunettes. And so if we want to have matching blonde, we can, or if they want to wear their beautiful brunette hair, they can do that as well. But it'll also be an opportunity where they won't have to style their hair. Amy is doing 2 other looks. She did do a photo shoot. Angie is just posing with me. She sometimes hops in on some of my looks. So, all right. So we've been here about 12 minutes. This is getting hot. So this might be good to go. I sometimes over steam a little bit, and usually I'm doing a whole head. The times when I've done other wigs, so I probably am okay with where we're at right now. And I have time. I am going to bring the steamer with me. And so if I need to, if I take the curls out and if I feel like they're not holding well enough, I can always put them back on the curlers and steam it again at the hotel. And then I've also got Monday night at the pool house. Monday night at the pool house is just drinking and relaxing. Sometime on Monday, we're going to do a live where we try buzzball flavors. So, Novimpia is a drag queen duo from the UK that I follow. And their last video, they do videos every Sunday. Their last video was trying a bunch of flavors of buzzballs. And I had never tried them. I had never heard of them. And so I was like, you know what? They were talking about how there's a bunch of flavors that are only available in the US that they can't get in the UK. So I was like, well, that sounds like I have to go ahead and try. I mean, I have to try some of the other flavors. And like peach tea and grape, they all sound kind of good. So we're going to see if they're any good. We're going to see if they are decent. And yeah, so that's going to be alive sometime on Monday. Whenever Angie and Amy and I feel like getting a little tipsy, we will do that live. And then we're probably going to do a live where you get to meet Brooklyn. Maybe I'll do a live where we get to meet Amy. Amy has been on the channel before, but it's been a long time. If you search my series or if you go to my playlists and look up Don't Drink and Drag, that was something I've only done, I think, 2 of them, but I should bring it back. I just don't drink that often. And so it was a series where I get a little bit tipsy, have some adult beverages, and I try to recreate a makeup look. And so the first one I did was trying to recreate Nikki Tutorial's look that she did with the House Labs Stupid Love palette. This was when House Labs was still that Amazon thing, so it was the first version of the brand. And so she did a look with the Stupid Love palette, and I recreated that. And then Amy and I did a Don't Drink and Drag where we recreated the launch looks that the 2 owners of Melt Cosmetics did for the Beetlejuice collection. We bought the Beetlejuice collection together, and we did a Don't Drink and Drag where she created the Lydia look and I recreated the Beetlejuice look. And we got a little crazy. It was a little wild, and we had a good time. So maybe if I'm feeling like I want to have some nights with some cocktails, maybe we'll bring back Don't Drink and Drag. Ah, am tipping this over. Oh, and it's really starting to drip. Let's see. I think we're at 15 minutes. I know I talked for a little bit. Hello, CJ. Hello again. I'm off camera steaming a wig. We're steaming curls into a wig. And so I think that this is hot enough. I feel like the heat and the steam, it's feeling good. It's feeling like we're in a good place. And so basically, you just let that sit there overnight. And I'm going to put some paper towels or a washcloth or something. I've got this makeup towel that is horrible, but everything's starting to roll that way. So I don't want it to get everything else wet. So we're going to, I'll put another towel down on the other side as well so that it'll soak up. But yeah, so let's go ahead. Now that we don't have to be looking right at that Aldi bag, let me go ahead. And of course, I'm positioned in the worst place possible because there's this awful fluorescent light right on top of my head. There's a wig sitting on the table. This is Fun Mom. If you Cool Mom, it's Cool Mom. So if you were here in the early days of my channel, or if you've gone back and watched any of my old content, this wig shows up in a lot of videos. She's looking a little rough now. I think she might just, I don't know if I'll try to restyle her at all. She's a hard front wig. Since the pandemic, I've graduated up to lace fronts as I've been trying to reinvest in my. But I bought this one when I was starting YouTube so that I'd have a new wig. And let me tell you, now you can't tell because it's just kind of a rat's nest. It looks sort of awful. But like when I ordered it, like on the wig head, when I got it in, on the wig head, Marilyn Monroe. Like it looks like Marilyn Monroe. On me, I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. Like it's that. It never looked sexy Marilyn Monroe on me ever. And I've just kind of kept it because it's such a part of the channel. Like it's such a history of the channel, but it is like a really awful, like hard front wig. It is kind of in rough shape. I would have to try to restyle it. Maybe that could be a wig steaming project, as I could try to do something with Cool Mom. But yeah, so we've got all kinds of goodies. But yeah, I'm mostly packed up. I have a couple more things that, like I said, I need to do here. And then I have to stop at the post office because I have a jewelry mystery box that needs to go out to somebody who purchased a jewelry mystery box from me. And I've got something for Dion that needs to go out. So I'm going to throw those in the mail. And then I'm going to go home and I've got some laundry that I need to throw in the dryer. And did I vote for Kamala? Absolutely, I did, Teflon Don. Because I have a brain, and I'm not in a cult, and so I voted for Kamala. Absolutely. Let me unplug this steamer so that it has a little time to cool off before I pack it up into the other stuff. So yeah, so that's kind of what's going on here. Is we're getting kind of done. How are we doing for time? It's 10:36. Now my new goal, I always have new goals when I don't meet the first goal. My new goal is to be out of here by 11 so that I can go to the post office and mail a couple packages and yeah, get ready. And I forgot that I had these. These are from the Loyal Subjects. These are little like um just little fun little bag clips or whatever. There's two from Strawberry Shortcake. I've got the Purple Pie Man and Sour Grapes. And then I've also got the unicorn from Rainbow Bright. And I've got the little Puppy Bright. These might go on my gym bag. So I've got a Labubu. I know Labubu is probably not as cool as it used to be. It's not as viral. But I do have, and that one smells like grapes. That one smells like blueberry. So we've got some little bag clips that might show up in some of the photos. And yeah, that's what's going on here. So I hope everybody's having a good night. I hope you're having a good Saturday. And I'm going to let you go. I'm not going to keep blabbing on. This is a short one just to kind of show you my process and talk you through my process for steaming a wig. This one feels nice and warm. So that's good. I'm going to let that cool down overnight before we take it on the road with us. And yeah, I think everything else is doing pretty good. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. And look for more photos and lives and things from the road trip. I am super excited. This is something I look forward to all year long. Once one photo shoot is done, I mean, pretty much right away, I start planning for the next one, what kind of looks I want to do. And because Eva, who owns the pool house, also owns a Vegas style wedding chapel called the Garter Toss. I was going to shoot there, and then I was like, none of my outfits really make sense in like a wedding chapel kind of place. But guess who still has their wedding dress from when they were married? Well, actually, it's in Amy's garage right now. It's a whole long story because I wasn't sure what to do with it. I was going to do a photo shoot where I like set it on fire. I had thought about doing something like that, and she used it for a play. And then I just never picked it up from her. So it's just like in her garage. But I was like, I could take my wedding dress and I could do do mascara tears as part of my makeup look and do a like left at the altar photo shoot. And I was like, that could be really, really super fun. So I think that might be what we end up doing with the wedding dress is maybe next year I'll plan it out better so that I have a look for the garter toss and we will do that there. But yeah, so that's it. I'm going to get going so that I can finish up the packing that I need to do. I'm going to see. Yeah, that's still pretty warm. Let's see if I remember my outro. If you were here in live chat, I would love it if you would circle back around, leave a comment, help me feed the beast, help me feed the algorithm. And would it be gauche to leave to have the lingerie in the chapel? I could because mine is not like super sexy. Like Angie said when she was in, it's kind of like old lady. We're unofficially calling it the Golden Girls shoot. Because it is just like a little nightgown with a little robe. Now, Angie loves to argue the meanings of words, and a peignoir and robe is lingerie. It's not sexy lingerie. It's not like slutty lingerie, but it is lingerie. It is in the lingerie section of the website. And so, absolutely. So, that could be the lingerie, could be fun, but I think I'm going to wait till next year. And maybe that'll be the plan is I will plan something around my wedding dress is sort of ridiculous. That's a story for another day. But yes, so I would love it if you would circle back around, feed the beast, help me feed that algorithm by leaving a comment. Replay crew, we know that you rock, so leave your thoughts down below. While you are down there, don't forget that you can give me that thumbs up to tell me that you appreciated this. Or if you're like, girl, you barely know how to touch a wig, why are you doing a mini wig tutorial? What is wrong with you? Then go ahead and give me that thumbs down. It is all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button, become part of the family, and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified every time I have a video or go live. I try really hard to make sure I have at least one video or live per week. And sometimes, if you're lucky, if you're very lucky, you might even get a bonus video. Ooh, steamerific. If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website. Just pretend it's there, The World of Champagne at janessaj.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you. I hope you enjoyed this little mini tutorial, and I will make sure that you can see how this looks once I've picked it out and put it with the outfit and everything. I am super excited. Am I related to a tomato? Ha ha ha, I get very red. That's more interesting and more unique than what most people say when they come on here. But good for you, Jeremy. You got me, gal. But yeah, so I hope everybody's having a lovely night. And until I see you again, bye. All right, awkward shutting down of the steam. Hello, Joe. We're just shutting down, but thank you for stopping by. And Joe, I brought the about face stuff that you sent me, so I'm bringing that along as well. I put that in my other makeup bag. I found that while I was going through some stuff. All right, bye. Now it's time to go.